There are coins in your pocket that look ordinary, but hold secrets powerful enough to change your life. Hidden among millions of everyday coins are a few rare treasures, silent, shining relics of American history worth more than gold itself. Now imagine this. A half-dollar coin that once bought you a cup of coffee, now worth enough to turn heads at an auction and leave experts stunned. Today, we're uncovering the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Kennedy half-dollar coins that are shaking today's market and making collectors' jaws drop. Each coin you'll see in this video has a story written in silver, mystery, and legacy. And trust me, by the time we reach number 1, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. So stay tuned till the very end, because one of these coins might just be sleeping inside your drawer right now. Welcome to Hidden US Coins, where every coin has a secret, and every secret could be your fortune. Let's begin our treasure hunt with a coin that changed everything. The mysterious 1966 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark. First coin number 1. When you first glance at the 1966 Kennedy half-dollar, it might look like just another old coin. But those who know its truth understand it's no ordinary piece of metal. This coin carries the emotional heartbeat of a nation mourning the loss of its beloved president, John F. Kennedy. After JFK's tragic assassination in 1963, America needed a symbol, something that could live on, shine on, and speak of unity and strength. That's when the Kennedy half-dollar was born. Minted first in 1964, it was crafted with care, respect, and deep emotion. But what makes the 1966 edition stand apart is its mysterious lack of a mint mark and the powerful history behind it. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint was facing a coin shortage. The demand for silver coins was skyrocketing, and the government made a drastic decision: remove mint marks from all coins between 1965 and 1967. Why? To discourage coin hoarding. But what they didn't realize was that this act would create one of the most sought-after mysteries in American numismatic history. Now, let's talk about its composition, because that's another reason collectors chase it like buried treasure. Unlike the fully silver 1964 Kennedy halves, the 1966 coin was struck in a 40% silver and 60% copper composition, giving it that unmistakable silver-gray shade with soft, flowing gray waves on the reverse side. Hold it under the light, and it shimmers differently, not like any other half-dollar from that era. That shimmering wave pattern is what experienced collectors call the heartbeat of silver. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. In most cases, coins without mint marks are ignored. But for the 1966 Kennedy, it's the absence that creates desire. That smooth blank spot below Kennedy's neck is a signal of a limited run, a quiet rebellion against the mint's own tradition. Only a small portion of these coins survived in top condition. Many were circulated heavily during the Vietnam War era, handled by everyday Americans, traded in stores, and passed through generations. But finding one today in fine condition, with a silver-gray shimmer and smooth surface waves, that's like discovering an ancient relic in modern times. And here's the moment you've been waiting for: the truth about its value today. In today's rare coin market, a 1966 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, showing strong silver shine and beautiful gray waves in fine to very fine condition, is commanding a jaw-dropping $134,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin once worth 50 cents now holds the power of a real treasure chest. This isn't some lucky sale. The market value of this beauty is rising faster than ever. Day by day, week by week, the demand keeps growing. Collectors are hunting these down like never before. And trust me, this isn't fiction. These numbers are real and verified in today's collector circles. Think about it. If you own one like this, you don't just have a coin, you have history, emotion, and silver rarity fused into one shining masterpiece. It's not just an object, it's legacy frozen in metal. Now, here's a tip for anyone who's serious about finding or verifying one. When you inspect a 1966 Kennedy half-dollar, pay close attention to the edge and the surface texture. The genuine silver blend gives it a soft luster, not too shiny, not too dull. Also, check that subtle gray wave pattern on the reverse side. That's a telltale sign of a well-preserved silver planche. Avoid cleaned or polished coins. They lose that natural silver heartbeat collectors crave. Always look for coins in original luster even if slightly toned. That natural toning adds authenticity and value. If you ever find one like this, never sell it cheaply. Store it, grade it professionally, and wait, because the market for Kennedy half dollars is on fire right now. Their value isn't going down anytime soon. The 1966 Kennedy half dollar, no mint mark, isn't just another collectible. It's a silent tribute to a president, a reflection of America's resilience, and a symbol of hidden value that still shocks experts today. To hold one is to hold a heartbeat of history. And if it's resting in your collection, you're not just a collector, you're the keeper of a national treasure. So keep watching, because the next coin on our list will take this story even deeper into the unknown world of priceless American silver. And remember, Hidden US Coins brings you freshly updated videos every single day, uncovering the secrets the world forgets to see. Next, coin number 2. As we move deeper into the hidden vaults of American coinage, we come across a coin that shines like time itself, silent, mysterious, and dangerously beautiful. A coin born in a year of change, 1967, the Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look familiar, but look closer, really closer, and you'll feel something almost unexplainable. This coin doesn't just carry silver, it carries soul. The year 1967 was a turning point for America, a nation evolving through waves of change. The Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, the echoes of JFK's voice still fresh in the hearts of millions. Amid this tension, the U.S. Mint was quietly battling its own war, a shortage of precious silver, and a public hoarding every coin they could get their hands on. To control the chaos, the government did something rare and controversial. They stripped away the mint marks from coins, just as they had the year before. This move, meant to calm collectors, did exactly the opposite. It turned ordinary coins into mysteries. And among them, none stood taller than the 1967 Kennedy half dollar, a coin struck without a mint mark, yet carrying a beauty that seemed deliberate, even royal. Each of these half dollars was born in Philadelphia, yet none would ever say so. The missing mint mark wasn't a mistake. It was a silence that spoke louder than any stamp. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin physically stunning. It was struck in 40% silver and 60% copper, just like its 1966 sibling. But the 1967 edition had a sharper, cleaner strike and a more reflective surface. That smooth, uncirculated gray shade gives it a look of timeless dignity, what collectors call a cold silver glow. When light glides across its surface, the reflection dances like liquid metal, pure, steady, and mesmerizing. On the obverse, you'll see the sharp, confident profile of John F. Kennedy, hair finely detailed, cheek contour strong, eyes forward like a leader who never stopped inspiring. On the reverse, the majestic presidential seal, an eagle gripping arrows and olive branches, perfectly balanced between war and peace. But if you find one of these coins today in uncirculated condition with its gray shade and natural luster still untouched, you are holding something so rare that even seasoned collectors pause in awe. Here's what most people don't realize. The 1967 Kennedy half dollar wasn't just another production year. It was the final year of the no mint mark era before the mint returned to regular markings in 1968. That means this was the last Kennedy half dollar ever produced without a mint mark, and that makes it historically priceless. It symbolizes the end of an era. It's the final silent signature of a time when the mint was struggling to protect its coins from vanishing into collectors' vaults. Ironically, that very decision created the rarity that collectors now chase like buried treasure. And that's why the 1967 edition has become a symbol of transformation, from everyday money to timeless treasure. Because the story you've just heard isn't about nostalgia, it's about value. Real, living, rising value. Today, in the fast-moving world of coin trading and auctions, a 1967 Kennedy half dollar without a mint mark, in uncirculated gray shade fine condition, is commanding an eye-opening $131,500. Yes, that's right. One single coin that once sat quietly in circulation, now valued as a rare silver artifact, a hidden fortune shimmering from history's shadows. And let me tell you this value isn't fiction, it's real. The demand for these coins is climbing day by day, and the market is alive with competition. The 1967 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar has become one of those mysterious pieces that everyone wants, but few can truly find in top grade. So if you ever come across one, even accidentally, you're not holding 50 cents. You're holding a treasure chest in your palm. This coin can make collectors whisper your name in auction halls. The market is rising, collectors are competing, and the value? It's only going up. Every passing year, this coin proves one thing. History isn't just remembered, it appreciates. For those chasing this stunning 1,967 no-mint mark half-dollar, here's a collector's secret you'll want to remember. Always look for original mint luster, that untouched shine that reflects light like a calm silver ocean. If the coin shows even, soft gray color with no polishing marks, that's your green light. Avoid those with bright, artificial shine. They've likely been cleaned, and cleaning steals authenticity. And remember, uncirculated condition is everything. Even the smallest scratch can drop thousands off its potential value. Store these in temperature-controlled holders, and never touch the face directly. The oils from your fingers can dull its natural radiance. If you find one that's been sitting untouched for decades, get it authenticated and graded professionally. Once certified, it's not just a coin, it's a ticket into the world of serious collectors, and its worth can shock even seasoned appraisers. The 1,967 Kennedy half-dollar, no mint mark, stands as a final chapter of an extraordinary era, a coin that closed the door on secrecy and opened a golden age of collecting. It carries emotion, history, and rarity, all wrapped into one silver frame. Every collector who owns one knows it's not just a piece of metal. It's a piece of America's journey, a reflection of power, loss, and pride. And if this coin rests in your possession, congratulations, you're not holding currency, you're holding legacy. Stay tuned, because the next coin in our countdown will take this story even deeper into the rarest edge of American silver, where every coin hides a secret and every secret can change your fortune overnight. And remember, this is Hidden U.S. Coins, your home for fresh daily updates, stunning discoveries, and the untold truths of America's rarest treasures. Next coin, number 3. Every collector knows that the deeper you go into history, the heavier the secrets become. And when it comes to Kennedy half-dollars, 1,968 was no ordinary year. It was a year of rebirth, a year when something returned that had been missing, and something rare was quietly born inside the Denver Mint. This is the story of the 1,968 Kennedy half-dollar with the powerful D mint mark. To understand the true beauty of the 1,968 with D, you need to step back for a moment to the storm of the mid-60s. The mint had just survived a crisis. Silver was vanishing from circulation, collectors were hoarding everything, and the U.S. Treasury was struggling to maintain stability. From 1,965 to 1,967 mint marks had been erased from all coins, a desperate attempt to calm the frenzy. But by 1968, the chaos had settled just enough for the mint to restore those small but powerful letters, the mint marks, to their rightful place. That year marked the return of identity in American coinage. And with it, the Denver Mint stamped its D proudly once again on the right side of the coin, beneath Kennedy's neck, marking the first reappearance of the mint mark since the suspension. That small D was not just a letter. It was a declaration. We are back. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin physically mesmerizing. The 1,968 with D Kennedy half-dollar carries the classic 40% silver and 60% copper composition, just like its predecessors. But time has blessed it with something no mint could ever design: age-born elegance. The surface, now wearing a soft gray shade, tells a story that can't be faked. Decades of careful handling, stored away from sunlight and moisture, have given it a tone collectors call vintage silver mist. Run your eyes across it, and you'll notice something magical: the fields of the coin. Those flat, mirrored areas around Kennedy's portrait still carry a gentle luster. His hair, deeply defined. The motto, "In God We Trust," standing sharp and proud. On the reverse, the eagle spreads its wings with the confidence of a nation reborn, every feather, every star in the halo, still whispering the mint's commitment to perfection. Even in old, fine condition, this coin radiates a quiet beauty, the kind that only time and authenticity can create. Now here's the secret that turns this from just another half-dollar into a collector's dream. The 1,968 with D Kennedy half-dollar was minted during the transitional years of silver coinage, when the U.S. was slowly moving away from precious metal production. Many of these coins were heavily circulated, worn down, or melted for their silver content. Only a tiny fraction survived in fine, well-preserved condition, especially those that retained their original gray tone without cleaning or corrosion. But the real twist? Some early 1968 with D strikes used older, partially worn dies from the 1967 runs, meaning some coins carry unique, subtle variations in strike depth and texture that make them instantly stand out to experts. These transition strikes are extremely rare, and when one surfaces, the value jumps exponentially. Collectors call them the ghosts of Denver because they appear rarely, and when they do, they change hands for life-changing amounts. Now, hold your breath, because this is where the story turns into gold, or should I say, silver treasure. A 1968 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark, displaying that beautiful old gray shade and preserved fine condition, is today commanding a staggering $127,400 in the collector's market. Let that number sink in. This coin, once handled by everyday Americans, now holds a price tag that could make even seasoned numismatists stop and stare. And here's what's even more incredible: this value isn't just stable. It's climbing. Every month, rare coin dealers and high-end collectors are reporting rising interest in transitional Kennedy halves, and the 1968 with D is one of the stars of that movement. So if you have one, don't let go. Its value is not less than a hidden treasure locked in your palm. The silver market is growing stronger. The nostalgia for Kennedy-era pieces is burning hotter, and this coin sits right in the crossfire of both. Don't mistake this as fiction, I'm telling you the truth. The 1968 with D has become a cornerstone of modern U.S. coin collecting, and it's not just a collectible anymore, it's a statement piece. If you're hunting for this beauty, remember this: the Denver Mint produced millions, but true treasures hide in details. Look for coins with a clean D mint, mark crisp, well struck, and sitting slightly lower on the neck truncation. That's a sign of an early strike, often sharper in detail and higher in silver brilliance. Avoid coins that appear overly polished or bright they've been tampered with. A natural fine gray tone is your key. And if you find one with even surfaces, clear lettering, and no deep scratches, get it authenticated immediately. Store it properly in an airtight capsule or soft-lined case. Every year that passes, every rise in silver, every auction that sells for more increases the power of that small piece of history in your hands. The 1968 with D Kennedy half-dollar isn't just another collectible coin. It's the rebirth of a legend the moment America's mint found its voice again after 3 years of silence. It carries the spirit of resilience, the beauty of silver, and the echo of Kennedy's enduring legacy. And in the hands of a collector, it's not just a half-dollar, it's proof that history never truly fades. It appreciates. So next time you hold a half-dollar and see that little D beneath Kennedy's neck, don't overlook it. Because you might just be holding a piece of history worth more than a small fortune. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list will push this treasure hunt to a level you won't believe. And remember, this is Hidden U.S. Coins, your daily portal to the secrets, the values, and the untold power behind America's most valuable coins. Next coin, number 4. By 1969, the Kennedy half-dollar had already become more than money. It was memory. It was the last echo of a dream America refused to forget. But inside that year's production lies a coin so unusual, so visually haunting, that even experts still pause when it surfaces: the 1969 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark. It hides behind shades that time itself painted a front wrapped in brown layers like aged bronze, and a reverse glowing in soft yellow tones, almost golden under the light. This is no ordinary coin. This is a chapter of American history sealed in silver and fire. The year 1969 Woodstock, the moon landing, and a nation trying to define itself again. In the background, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was quietly finishing the last major run of 40% silver Kennedy half-dollars. The world was changing fast. The price of silver rising, collectors hoarding, and the mint preparing to remove silver forever from circulating halves. What nobody realized then was that among those last 40% silver pieces, a small number would develop extraordinary natural toning, a chemical reaction between silver and air that produced brown and yellow hues instead of the usual cold gray. Those unique colors, formed over decades, make each surviving example a masterpiece of nature, no two ever exactly the same. The 1969 no mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar was struck in 40% silver and 60% copper, giving it strength and shimmer. Over the years, the alloy interacted with its environment, creating that breathtaking contrast, a front cloaked in subtle brown patina, a reverse kissed by soft yellow shade like morning sunlight on old metal. On the obverse, Kennedy's profile remains sharp, his gaze unbroken, the very symbol of leadership frozen mid-speech. Flip it, and the reverse presents the American eagle, standing proud yet softened by time's brushwings gilded in faint gold tones, stars shining like hidden embers. Collectors often say this coin doesn't just shine, it glows. Here's where things turn from beautiful to astonishing. Most 1,969 half dollars carry the D mint mark from Denver, but a small mysterious batch emerged without any mark at all. Those were struck in Philadelphia, where mint marks were sometimes omitted on trial or limited runs. Only a tiny handful of these Philadelphia strikes survived untouched. Many were melted down when silver prices soared in the 1970s. Others were lost in circulation. Finding one today, especially with those brown and yellow natural tones intact, is like finding sunlight trapped in metal. Numismatists believe fewer than a few hundred high-grade examples exist, and everyone discovered sends ripples through the collector community. Now for the part every collector waits for. You're about to hear a number that doesn't just describe value, it defines it. In today's market, the 1,969 Kennedy, half dollar without a mint mark, bearing its natural brown and yellow toning and fine condition, commands an astonishing $122,000. That's right. A coin born from the final breath of America's silver era now stands as a rare treasure, one that could change any collector's destiny overnight. And listen closely. This isn't hype. This isn't myth. The market for these toned, no mint mark Kennedy halves is alive, growing, and hungry. Every year, auction houses report new record sales. Each discovery reignites the fever. The value is rising day by day. It's truth, not fiction. Hold one. And you're not holding currency, you're holding a legend wrapped in metal. You have in your hands what collectors call the final whisper of silver America. If you're hunting for this magnificent 1,969 no mint mark half dollar, remember authenticity hides in the details. Look for the absence of any letter beneath Kennedy's neck. Study the surface. Real brown and yellow patina is soft, gradual, and natural, not painted or polished. Under light, the colors shift gently, almost breathing. Handle it with gloves only, never clean or buff it. Polishing destroys the very character that makes it valuable. And if you find one, don't rush to sell. Get it graded by a top authentication service. Lock it in a protective case and watch the market, because this coin's worth is still climbing. Owning one is like owning a living investment, a piece that matures with time, both in value and legacy. The 1,969 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar stands as the bridge between eras, the last shimmer of silver before copper took over. Its colors, its silence, its rarity, they make it not just a coin, but a time capsule of American spirit. So if you ever see one glimmering with that mysterious brown gold light, pause. You might be staring at a fortune disguised as 50 cents, a treasure history forgot to announce. And the story doesn't end here. The next coin in our countdown dives even deeper, a hidden masterpiece whose value will leave you breathless. Stay tuned. And remember, this is Hidden US Coins, bringing you fresh updates every single day. The truth, the emotion, and the treasure that lives in every American coin. Next coin number 5. And this is one of those coins. The 1,974 Kennedy half dollar, without a mint, mark the silver shining enigma that hides in plain sight. It looks modern, familiar, even ordinary, until you hold it under light. Then suddenly it reveals its secret. A smooth silver glow, untouched by time, whispering of a mistake, or maybe destiny. By 1,974, America had moved beyond the Silver Age. The mint had switched to base metals, copper nickel-clad coins that replaced the beloved silver halves. But deep in the Philadelphia Mint, something unusual happened. A small batch of half dollars was struck with silver planchets, leftover blanks that should have been melted down years earlier. Nobody noticed. Not the operators, not the inspectors, the presses kept running. And out came a handful of 1,974 Kennedy half dollars that gleamed with silver light in a world that had moved on. They weren't supposed to exist, but they did. And that makes them one of the most fascinating mysteries of the modern minting era. Hold one of these coins in your hand and it feels different. The sound when it drops a clear, ringing tone that only silver makes. The surface silky, reflective, alive. Most 1,974 halves are copper-nickel clad, showing a dull gray with a faint copper edge. But the silver-era versions, those without a mint mark, shine with a purity that no copper blend can mimic. Under the light, it gives off a pure silver shine, smooth as glass but warm to the eye. Collectors call it the hidden flash. The details of Kennedy's portrait are crisp, the hair sharp, the cheekbones sculpted, the eyes filled with a depth almost human. On the reverse, the presidential eagle spreads wide, feathers almost glowing. Even the letters seem to shimmer differently, like the coin knows it shouldn't exist, but it does. Now, this is where the legend begins. The Philadelphia Mint, known for coins with no mint mark, was producing millions of half-dollars in 1974. But due to a rare production mix-up, a few silver planchets from 1970 and earlier found their way into the presses. They were struck, released, and vanished into circulation before anyone noticed. Only decades later did collectors start finding them, their silver luster giving them away instantly. Each discovery sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. These weren't proofs, they weren't tests. They were genuine, unintended silver survivors from a time that was supposed to be gone. Experts estimate that fewer than 24 authentic examples have ever been confirmed, making them one of the scarcest modern half-dollars in U.S. history. Think about that. In a world of millions, only a few slipped through. Each one is a miracle of chance, a whisper from the Silver Age. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. How much can one of these modern miracles be worth today? In the current collector market, a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, displaying strong silver shine in very fine condition, is valued at a jaw-dropping $117,500. That's not a fantasy number, it's today's reality. This is one of those rare modern coins whose price keeps rising like silver in sunlight. Collectors fight for them. Dealers wait for years hoping to see just one. It's not an object anymore, it's a treasure certificate written in metal. And every day, the number climbs a little higher. Don't take this lightly, this is truth, not fiction. The 1974 no mint mark silver half is one of those coins that can turn your casual hobby into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. If you hold one, you're not just a collector, you're a guardian of an American secret. Here's how to spot one before it slips through your fingers. Check the edge. If you see a copper line running through the side, it's a regular copper-nickel coin. But if it's solid silver, smooth and clean, your heart should start racing. Weigh it carefully. Silver halves weigh slightly more, around 11.5 grams instead of 11.34. And of course, feel that tone. A real silver coin sings with a ring that doesn't fade. If you ever find one, don't sell it fast. Don't polish it, don't clean it. Send it for grading immediately. Once certified, it becomes a permanent piece of American minting history, and its value will follow only one direction, up. Keep it sealed, protected, and insured, because what you have isn't 50 cents. It's a rare echo from the vanished age of silver, disguised as something common. The 1974 no mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar is the perfect ending to our treasure hunt. A coin that shouldn't exist, yet stands as proof that miracles still happen inside the U.S. Mint. It's the coin of quiet rebellion, shining silver in a copper world. Its rarity, beauty, and story make it one of the most breathtaking discoveries in modern coin history. If you ever find one, hold it tight. You're holding a bridge between the past and the present, a treasure history forgot, and destiny revived. And remember, the hunt never ends. Every coin has a story. Every pocket may hide a fortune. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, bringing you fresh discoveries every single day, revealing the mysteries, the legends, and the treasures buried in plain sight. Hit that like button if you felt the thrill of discovery today. Smash subscribe if you never want to miss a hidden treasure again, because this channel drops fresh daily updates from the world of rare coins right here in the U.S.